Hey, welcome back. So today I want to talk about the comparison game with your fertility cycle and how you're feeling about your period in comparison to other girls. So my biggest struggle with this came from when I was waiting for my period to come back. I thought I was doing all the stuff and it was just taking longer than I thought it would. And then I started looking at everybody else, you know, Judy over there can run 10 miles and still have a period. And, you know, Sue Ellen, I don't know where I'm getting these names, by the way. Sue Ellen over there can skip meals and have that perfect body and still have a period and everything is fine. Here's my first thought for you. One, do you know how many people are lying these days? Every time I'm just flabbergasted. I was like, It, why would you lie about that? Why would you make me feel even worse off? I mean, part of the problem is the fact that I'm looking around in the first place. And, I take it that the fact that you clicked on this video means that you've been in that boat before. I know how you feel, where you just want to find somebody else that is slightly worse off than you so that you feel a little bit better about where you are in your situation. A little bit of validation. And then it makes you feel even worse when you're looking around. You're like, clearly, that girl, she's got issues like me. And then she's telling you, oh, yeah, I do all the exercise. I never eat. I feel great. I have lovely sex with my husband. Everything's great. My period's great. And you're thinking to yourself, okay, something's wrong with me and I'm broken and I feel awful. Well, you don't know if they're telling the truth. You also don't know if they are educated enough to give you a real answer. There's a lot of girls out there that don't know much about their cycles. Until I got into this fertility game, I didn't know. In fact, it took me a long time to realize that periods come roughly every 28 days. In school, they taught us where babies come from, but they didn't tell me jack diddly about my own cycle. So you might be looking at another girl thinking that she's got it all together and she's got a really short luteal phase. Maybe she doesn't have enough progesterone to even carry a pregnancy. Maybe she is, having only a few days of a very light bleed. That's a problem. Maybe she's not seeing any cervical mucus. And I hate to tell you this, but how do you know if she says that she's having a period? How do you even know that she is? Are you in the bathroom with her every single day? I hope not. It's creepy. But still, you don't know for sure. And, there are girls out there that are, unhealthy enough that they'll even, show me a chart saying that they've had a period and they haven't. Because they want to look like they've got it all together. They want to check off all those boxes. But there's a lot of people out there that aren't being honest. So before you go and start thinking that you are the alien, you are the problem, your body is the worst, consider the fact that they might not be telling you the whole story or even part of it. So the other thing I want to talk about is that when you're comparing yourself to somebody else, know that we all have very different lifestyles. And I know this because I just got a pool installed in my backyard. It has completely changed my lifestyle. Well, at least my afternoons. I'm swimming so much more. It changes how much I eat, changes how much I sleep, changes my mood. It's changing my relationship with my husband because we have time to swim together. Like, it's just one little change like that changes a whole lifestyle. And think about it. If you've been lucky enough that you have, either gone to college and stayed in a dorm, or even something as small as spending the night with another friend. Everybody has a very different upbringing that affects the food they eat, when they eat, how much they're sleeping, the stress levels they have. all of that changes our fertility. We're very, very sensitive to things like that. And I'm pretty sure if we put Emily in your job, in your food situation, in your relationship, Emily's body is going to respond like yours is. Because as much as there is an individual aspect to our fertility and how our bodies are working, there is still a level of science there of how we were designed. So before you go, I already said that, but I mean it. Before you go and think that you are the unicorn, you are the problem, you can't figure out anything, know that you are responding to the situation that you are in. Your body is responding to what it's being given. And, that's how we go about holistically helping girls with their cycle, is we look at all of it. And that's why a lot of doctors aren't making headway with girls in their periods, because it takes time to unriddle how we get up in the morning. Do you get up right away? Do you wake up slow? Do you have an alarm clock that makes you jump out of bed? Do you have one of those alarm clocks that you have to chase across the floor? That would be my worst nightmare. Terrible way to wake up, but I'm sure some people still have those. I mean, do you go to the bathroom right away? Do you go and get something to drink? Does your mom bring in a glass of milk? I was just talking to a girl who drinks chocolate milk every single morning because her mom brought it in for her. All of these little things add up to how our body is responding in our fertility. Be careful when you're comparing yourself out there, because you just don't know who's going to be telling you the truth. Keep your head down. Keep going, keep fighting. You're going to do great. I'm out here rooting for you. I'll see you soon.